1027 Business with Michael Avery.
The Hot 1027 Labour feature is brought to you by Momentum Corporate. Momentum, here for you on your journey to success. Momentum Metropolitan Life Limited is an authorised financial services provider. Well, as it feels like the 451st day of January draws to a close, I think most people lucky enough to be employed in South Africa are asking themselves some searching questions about how they can stop living from hand to mouth or month to month. The cost of living is just spiralling higher. We see another swinging fuel price increase due later this week. And I think it just shows how financially vulnerable people are. That January was trending for most of January. Qhawekazi Mdikane is the Chief Marketing Officer for Momentum Corporate. And Qhawekazi, this is something that Momentum thinks quite deeply about. Welcome to the show. It's that time of the year when I think employees are dragging themselves back to work or they're starting a new job, and you've got all of these dreams. You're dreaming of the day you might no longer have to work and you can enjoy a relaxing retirement. But is this a realistic dream for the average South African?
Well, hi, Michael. Thanks so much for having me on the show. Happy Monday. January, last day of January. January has been quite a long month. I think, any new year, Michael, brings with it a sense of hope and excitement. People get busy with their vision boards. They find their word for the year, something to keep them honest and really to keep them on the right track. You find people hitting the gym to lose weight and really plan the year ahead and plan for their future. And you can almost feel and taste hope in the air. And we're generally, I think, a hopeful nation as South Africans. However, to answer your question, Michael, sadly, no. It's no secret, really, that as South Africans, we generally have a poor savings culture. Households are not saving enough for retirement or even those short to medium term needs. And the National Treasury has data to back this up. Do you know that National Treasury shows household savings of just above 2% of GDP per annum?
Wow. I mean, that's a national crisis. We're a nation of dis-savers. We really don't save very well.
We don't. And what is most surprising is that most of this, saving is contractual savings from retirement funds through an employer. So, Michael, most people who are employed, meaning employees, their only provision for retirement and insurance is through an employer-sponsored retirement fund. And that's the value that employee benefits play in an employee's life.
Well, and that's the thing. When you look at the role that a company can play to help the average South African improve their retirement outcomes. I know we've come from a past where corporates were a little bit too paternalistic, and so it's almost gone the other way. We've come from that to an era now where it really is more about the individual taking control over their own journey. But I almost think corporates have to now step in and start holding individual employees' hands a little bit more, because if you look at the numbers, and I often talk on the show about how many South Africans can actually retire with enough, whatever that enough is, and it's been 6% for I don't know how long. I think the last 2 decades, it's been 6% of South Africans. So what are the main reasons for this situation? Why is it just not getting better?
I'm going to mention 3. Employers play such a critical role in helping employees save for retirement and really providing access to group insurance benefits to protect households from the financial impacts of events like death, disability, or critical illness. And it's really about prepping for uncertain times, Michael. And you know how these events can lead to a financial catastrophe if there is no insurance cover in place to protect the family. So, because South Africans are just not saving enough, there are a few reasons. Firstly, South Africans or South African employees cash in their retirement savings when they change in jobs. So the industry term that we use is that they do not preserve their benefits, and they have to start saving all over again when they start a new job. Government does discourage this behavior by taxing, withdrawal benefits at quite a high rate. But this just does not stop, South Africans from cashing in their savings. There's minimal impact with most employees still choosing to cash in. That's the first one.
How much is taken out? Do we have any idea how much South Africans are taking out? And I know there's been lots of talk about making preservation mandatory and that kind of thing. Is there a figure on how much we actually take out annually?
Your SARS data actually shows that around 78 billion is taken out of the retirement system through withdrawals made before retirement each year. That's a huge number, Michael. It's concerning.
Wow, an annual figure of 78 billion rand. I mean, imagine if that money stayed in the system and compounded, that eighth wonder of the world. Imagine how much better those outcomes would be. It certainly wouldn't be 6%. So, granted, that's one area. Why else are we not hitting our targets here?
So, we have this partnership with UNISA, and through our partnership with UNISA, there's research that we conduct every year. And the recent research that we've conducted, the insights from that research are showing us that there are low levels of financial literacy generally in South Africa. People are simply not educated enough about employee benefits. The category itself is quite complex, I would say, to understand just from the language and the jargon that is used. So coupled with high levels of over-indebtedness, financially vulnerable employees who lack the financial knowledge and skills to make smarter choices, I think they often feel that they have no choice other than to cash in and don't always understand the tax penalties and long-term impact of retirement savings. So for me, the second thing is financial literacy. We just don't understand the impact of withdrawing your retirement when you move jobs. That's the third thing.
It really is a question of empowering people then with the right information. And I know there was talk of introducing the Retirement Benefit Counsellor, which did come into being as being a component in helping that. But how are companies like Momentum helping employees to prepare better for financial success and for retirement?
So the first thing for us, generally is through education. I'm very passionate about this one. Our mother brand, our mother brand Momentum, our essence as a brand, and really who we are and what we stand for, and really why we exist is to enable success. We say we're here on your journey to success. So as Momentum Corporate, we are on a journey, on a mission to demystify employee benefits. We've identified an opportunity to connect emotionally with our audience, with our employees, with our clients. And if you think about the insights that I've just shared with you already, about how complex this industry is, the need, I think, is more emotive. If we are talking about death cover, disability cover, insurance, it's about prepping for uncertain times. Therefore, we are on a mission to elevate the experience behind human connections and become more human-centric. Because after all, we are providing solutions that protect people and not spreadsheets.
It's so important that we're speaking to the people and not the spreadsheets, because often in the South African context, you're talking about a breadwinner, be that a single parent who's now not only supporting their children or their child, but extended family. In the South African context, very often if you're talking to an employee, there's a network of other people that are dependent on that individual. So if we really want to transform South Africa, this is the best place that companies can start, through employee benefits.
Exactly. That's it. We recognize the burning need to demystify the employee benefits industry and really empower employees. And when I'm talking about an employee, think about that blue-collar worker, Butsipo, who's working at a mine. If he would just understand his employee benefits, he could make better informed financial choices. So we are saying as Momentum Corporate that no business is successful without its employees. And when an employee feels empowered, they are more productive. And this really leads to your business being more successful, because now you've got empowered employees who understand, the employee benefits.
And Qhawekazi, as a brand, you've just recently launched a website called employeebenefitsexplained.co.za. I was on the website earlier today. Well done, because often the temptation can be to add too many bells and whistles, make everything interactive, add videos and too much. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. and it'll take you through the list of kind of A to Z of employee benefits. Just tell me a little bit more about its development.
So for us, we launched a marketing strategy back in October. And this Employee Benefits Explained, which is a digital engagement platform, we're calling it an online dictionary, is one of the ways in which we are demystifying employee benefits. So it's an online dictionary that we launched just recently, and we have carefully designed it to empower better financial choices. We have even partnered up with influencers, people such as Donovan Goliath, on social media to really amplify the platform, create awareness around the platform. I'm one of those marketers who strongly believes in reaching people where they are. All of us, our cell phones are an extension of who we are. So it's important that we reach people, on a digital or an online platform. And it's very important as well that, you reach them on platforms that they engage with on a daily basis. So we have partnered up with these influencers on Instagram, on TikTok, and these are very popular platforms. So they've created or curated content by tapping into culturally relevant moments and passion points like comedy. And through that, they're demystifying employee benefits. There's quite a few videos. If you follow us on LinkedIn, we are Momentum Corporate, you'll find all the videos there. And every video is very different. Some talk about, the importance of just updating your beneficiaries, which people forget to do. And they talk about the implications of not doing that.
Yeah. We talk about the unclaimed benefits that are in many billions of rands worth sitting there because of a lack of awareness around doing the basic admin around nominating who your beneficiary should be. Should anything, God forbid, happen to you, that is what these covers and these insurance policies are for at the end of the day. It's a fantastic initiative. Great to see a corporate taking responsibility and not just talking about things, but going out and doing them in a way that really engages. TikTok, I was chatting to Jeremy Sampson the other day, was the biggest brand in the brand finance top 500 brand rankings, the biggest brand gainer, I should say. So it just is amazing how these new digital brands are communicating with people where they are. Qhawekazi, thank you for your time. We're going to have to leave it there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michael, for having me. It was a great conversation, and I hope everyone follows us on LinkedIn. There's so much information that we've got and content that we have on LinkedIn that can really help you to demystify employee benefits.
There we go. Qhawekazi Mdikane is Chief Marketing Officer for Momentum Corporate, talking about how we truly empower employees here in the Hot 1027 Labour feature, brought to you by Momentum Corporate. Momentum, here for you on your journey to success. Momentum Metropolitan Life Limited is an authorised financial services provider.